I want to be able to share with you today. And if there's anybody out in the store who wants to come in, don't be shy. This is actually a very important topic. I want to introduce myself. I teach at the University of California, Irvine. I'm a clinical professor there. And I've been doing research on obesity for over 15 years. And my brother and I are going to share with you a book on Thinsulin. So when you look at this book right here, you're going to think, wait a minute, I don't have diabetes. Why would this affect me? But I want to share with you here that this is actually a topic that affects every one of us here. Even little kids, the rates of obesity is on the rise. So yes, insulin does affect each and one of us. Many of you may be confused. How come we never heard about this? I mean, if it's so important, how come this has never been discussed before? I asked the same question. And that's why today I want to share this with you. And I want you to share this with others. Because if we don't really change the way that we are approaching obesity treatment, we would never reverse this ever-growing epidemic that we're seeing in the United States. 7 out of 10 people in the United States are considered either overweight or obese. And every one of us who are overweight or obese, you increase the risk for cancer, for dementia, for depression, for gallstone, for heart disease, for stroke. So it is an imperative role that we have to get this under control. But unfortunately, the way that we've been taught for years and how to really deal with obesity is simply incorrect. There's too many fallacies, really rested upon certain things that we believe to be true. We've been taught to be true, but in reality, it doesn't really work that way. 2 things I want to share with you, and you may relate to this. That people will say, if you want to lose weight, you got to eat less and exercise more. This whole notion that we have to go on a diet and we have to starve, we have to suffer, this is the only way for us to lose weight. I will share with you in a second why this is not the case at all. The second thing that we've been taught for a long time is that you have to eat less. It's about calories, not about insulin. We're going to challenge that fallacy today as well too. How many people have you known, even yourself personally, have tried dieting, yo-yo up and down with really no long-term success? But the problems with diet though is not just that yo-yo effect, the fact that there's such an emotional component that's never been addressed, but the most important thing is the fact that it doesn't make sense. Your doctors, your friends, your families tell you, if you want to lose weight, just eat less and exercise more. It's exactly the same as telling a negative person, just be positive if you want to be happy. Because the fallacy here is that none of those diet programs incorporate psychotherapy to really help change the way that you think in order to change your eating behavior. And unless that is incorporated in there, we would not see success. It is certainly not about one diet after another, a new fad diet, cleansing one day, paleo another day, wheat belly another day. It's not just about that. Because diet, again, goes back to that vicious cycle that can never be broken. We got to move to a journey. We got to move into an arena where we can actually combine the biology of the human body's insulin to burn fat, along with the psychology, the power of the mind to change actions. And this is why this book is so unique, because it actually takes that approach by combining the synergy of the body and the mind. I ask myself a lot, why has this book not come out any sooner? Why has it not been much sooner? Because we learn about insulin in med school. We know about this for years. And the only answer I can come up with is that it really takes an internist and a psychiatrist to work together as one team intricately in order to truly understand how to merge the power of the mind with the human body to create something this effective. And this is where my brother and I both of us independently, we took different paths. He's an internist. He's been doing bariatric medicines since 1996. I, being a psychiatrist, I focus a lot on the mental health issues of this, and I've also had to do a lot of research in obesity since 1998. But once we start combining forces and we understand the dynamics and create Thinsulin, taking from 3 words, think, thin, and insulin, to create a new term that I hope we could share this nationally or even worldwide, because this is going to change a lot of lives. By looking at any food, you break into 5: sweet, grains, vegetable, fruits, and proteins. Once you split it out already, visually you look at that, then you would ask, what color light would this belong in? If it's a red, yellow, or green. Very similar to that traffic light analogy. Red means stop. Even a bite of this food would spike my insulin and my body would store fat. Green, on the other hand, means go. Go ahead. Have as much as you want, because these food would never spike your insulin. And yellow is be cautious. Slow down. If you eat more than 1 portion of these foods, it will spike your insulin. So there's some rules that you have to follow to minimize the spike.
I'm the older brother. I'm the internist here. I just want to, briefly say a few things. In our program, we focus on 2 different phases. The first phase is the phase that called active phase, is the phase that you lose weight. Okay, in this phase, you really want, whatever you do, you want to bring the insulin level down. So you stay away from the carbohydrate, because carbohydrate becomes sugar, and sugar turns into fat. So if insulin converts the sugar to fat, it will prevent the fat from being broken down. So you have to think of insulin to bring insulin down, and you can do that. Now, the beauty is you will get stuck. We know that already. And in about 3 or 4 months, no matter how well you do, your body is going to get stuck. You will reach a plateau. Why? Because our body has to adapt. So when you gain weight, it goes like this: active phase and passive phase. And once your body stabilizes for about 3 months, your body will allow you to gain more weight again. You go through another active phase and passive phase. So when you lose weight, everything goes reverse. Active phase, about 4 months, and then passive phase, which is about 3 months. And this is the time that if you do correctly, you are able to maintain the weight. And then you can lose more weight again. Okay? And how do you do that? Well, in the active phase, okay, in order to maintain the weight, you got to reintroduce the carbohydrate again. But in the very control phase, okay, that means you can start to eat back some of the regular food again, because no one can do this forever. If you eat such a way, okay, like low carb all the time, there's no way you can do that forever. So one day you are going to binge, or you will binge in the weekend. So the moment you binge, you probably gain just very little weight, or maybe you get a few ounces. But if you keep binging, you slowly gain back the weight. Imagine 4 months from today, when you get stuck, if you reintroduce the carbohydrate, very little, half a portion. Okay, when you add like 3 or 4 portions, you gain weight. But you add only half a portion, your body will not gain weight. Okay, and you do this for the whole week long. Okay, you let your body get adapt to just half a portion of carbohydrate. And then the week after, you go up to 1 portion. You see the point? You slowly gain back some of the carbohydrate. So that is the common sense of how you increase your carbohydrate again. You increase your red light food without gaining back the weight. And once you stabilize, let's say you go up to like 2 portions of carbohydrate, and you do that for about 2-3 months, the body really stabilized. Now you want to lose more weight? Repeat the active phase again. Cut all of the carbohydrate out. You go back right down to the active phase, and you start to lose weight again. And that has been proven with our program.
With this book here, it actually provides a foundation for you to challenge. The most important thing here is your way of thinking. Every meal that you look at, it takes you literally less than 30 seconds to follow. By really looking at and breaking down the foods into groups, and understanding what will increase my insulin or not, you can learn it like this. And once you learn it, you see the results immediately. So there are 3 tenets to the Thinsulin program that makes it unique and effective. 1, the focus is on insulin, not calories. 2nd, we will change your way you think about food. And 3rd, we will help you overcome that weight loss plateau, which, by the way, no diets out there that is offered out there has even shared with you any way to overcome that plateau at all, and even help you keep it off. And it's not like a diet where you starve yourself, because one of the most important things in looking at the insulin is you cannot starve. You have to eat your food, even fast food, even at buffet, even Vietnamese food, right? Even pho. You can have the way that you vary it, you vary that and not spike that insulin. So the bottom line here, lower your insulin, your body burns fat. Increase your insulin, your body stores fat. You can do this. But the culprit here is our way of thinking that we have to be on a diet. Reject that, accept a journey. You will have a greater path for freedom, because you will free yourself from the constraints of calories, and you will start thinking in terms of Thinsulin. Thank you for your time, and I'd be more than happy to take any questions.
A Society Productions.